Colin, just regular season finale, just the season you guys have had. Can you just zoom out for fans and just kind of take us through the season heading into regular season finale with a lot on the line, obviously?
Yeah, I think it's been an incredible season, and we've left a lot on the table. And I know we want to do a lot more in these last couple weeks, and just carry this thing into postseason. So yeah,
Right.
For you, you were part of the starting rotation last year, and there was a lot on the line going into the final regular season series last season. What can you take from that experience now coming into this season and a big series coming up against USC?
yeah, I think it's pretty important to win this series, so we can host a regional here. I think home field advantage would be pretty nice, especially in Eugene. So Um, yeah, I took a lot of experience from the older guys who pitched last year in postseason, and we're gonna carry it through this year.
All right.
What has that transition been like for you when you were learning from a lot of the veterans in the staff last season, and now you are a veteran of the pitching staff this season? What has that transition been like for you from year to year?
I think it's been a process of learning, learning a new role of being kind of more of a captain and trying to, I guess, be a role model for the freshmen and I mean for everyone on the team. So it's cool.
To that point, I'm curious, just now that you've spent almost a full year working with Coach Flo, just like take fans inside that process and getting familiar with a pitching coach, with Dan Straley as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a new face, and the guy is awesome. He's very positive, and he gives plenty of different looks and different ideas. And the addition of Dan has been awesome. His experiences he shares almost daily, so a lot to learn from the both of them.
Right.
Flashing back to this last weekend against UCLA, you got touched up a little bit in the first inning, but then a really resilient outing from you for the rest of your outing. Just take me through that entire outing and from the second inning on, that resilience to flush the first and put on a pretty good performance.
I think it's just playing the chess match with the opponent. I think they had a good plan of attack in the first, and then moving on, we had to do something to change our plan. And yeah, I think it was just a competitive game, which I mean I love.
To that point, Ryan and I are on the same line of thinking. Like, just adjusting throughout a game as a starter. Like, how much have you grown in that capacity to be able to make those in-game adjustments and give your start some length?
Yeah, I mean I think last year when I would get touched up a little bit, I wouldn't make that adjustment, and or I would make it and it'd be a minor thing versus I mean taking in the whole outing, you can switch up pretty decently. So yeah.
Aaron, and then Joey.
Just what was your just biggest takeaway after the entire UCLA series now that you had a chance to kind of come back and just reflect on it?
Yeah, I think we weren't prepared on Friday, and we have to get out and really go after it on Friday, just like we did the second two games. And I mean, that's the number one team in the country, and we stuck right with them. So
How does it adjust when you're sliding a series up? Just take fans through the process of preparation when the series slides up a day like it does.
yeah, for starters, it would be moving up a day. So um, going through that is you start on the week before kinda, and you work the whole week. And I think for relievers, it's going to be pretty solid. We got all hands on deck. So
Ryan, then Aaron.
You mentioned Friday where it looked like the team didn't come out with the same competitive fire on Saturday that they did on Saturday and Sunday. It felt like you kind of set the tone on Saturday for that competitive fire for the rest of the team. Do you take a lot of pride in being that type of competitive anchor and bringing that energy to the rest of your team?
um, I do, but I think everyone on the team has that competitive edge, and I just think on Friday we weren't there. Versus I think every single person on the team was there Saturday and Sunday.
Now that you've gotten the chance to kind of reflect on the last series, looking ahead to USC, taking a look at their lineup, just what makes them also one of the top teams in the country?
Yeah, I haven't dove too much into them, but I know they got a good pitching staff and a good ace on the mound. So yeah, I'm excited for our offense to get after it.
Just as someone that is a pitcher as well, do you almost get excited when you know that you're also going to face a really talented pitching staff? Like you guys as a pitching staff as a whole, when you know you're up against someone else, like just being out there competing, just defensively, like what is that like?
Right. I think we consider it pitching as more of an offense, and we're trying to pitch offensively versus defensively. But I think going into it, knowing that the other pitchers on the squad or on their squad are going to be tough, and it's going to be just a competitive ball game. So yeah.
Talk about the competitive edge, Colin. I mean, like, we've talked before about just the way that you compete. How do you find that balance, both on the field, off the field, with that competitive fire that you clearly have when you pitch?
Right. I think you practice how you play. So often in practice, I'm the same guys I would be on the mound, and when I'm off the field, I'm a totally different person. So I guess just locking into that mentality is cool.
You talk about pitching offensively. Just detail what that means for fans. What does it mean to pitch offensively?
Getting ahead of guys for sure, and dominating hitters. Winning in 3 pitches or less. Yeah, I mean, just not pitching defensively. Yeah, is the best way to put it.